Welcome to the Flip Your Chips podcast.
Hey, well, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. All right, so welcome to the Flip Your Chips podcast. Here's not just about the ROI in dollars, but also the ROI in life. Achieving one without the others like a half flip coin. We're here to bridge the gap, offering tips, tools, and resources in finance and entertainment. Let's flip those chips and make every investment count. How you feeling today, sis?
I'm great. And after you flip them chips, you might need some drip. So
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
make sure we
Gotta
shout
have a
out our
drink.
sponsor, Tide Water H2O. Stay hydrated, you dig?
You know
How
it.
am I doing? I don't know how to lie. I'm gonna just keep
We're
it
only
like,
telling the truth around here. How you
yeah.
doing?
Um,
Something on your chest you need to get off today,
yeah, usually I get it off my breast on my other podcast, HSP, the
Oh,
podcast, but I will keep it very light because a big part of flipping your chips is you have to be emotionally intelligent. I will tell you after my training that I did this morning with the Blue Chips Academy, make sure you guys visit the website and all of that. I'm on my training, 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m., right when the stock market open, having a good day. I'm going to get another bag. I pull up. I ask this nigga, can I get a burrito? Can I get a vegan burrito? But I specifically know what I want in my burrito. I want avocado, I want mushrooms, I want grilled peppers, grilled onions and peppers. I try to tell this man about my food. And he's like, all right. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, you about to mess up my order. I go eat my burrito. There's meat in it. A little fake meat. I don't know if it's been possible, if it's chorizo, whatever. So I go back and I'm like, bro, there's meat in my burrito. Now, at this point, I thought emotionally I was okay. Now, I want to keep referencing the Blue Chips Academy, right? You want to be mentally available and emotionally available. And I have had a very emotional week, which you've known. I've done better at bouncing back. I have gotten hit with like 4 pieces this morning. I lost it. And I take accountability as my best ability. When I proceeded to let him know about what was in my burrito, I said, sir, there's meat in my burrito. He's like, there's no meat, it's chorizo. I'm like, I didn't say that I wanted chorizo. I said mushrooms, avocado, grilled peppers. He cuts me off. He said, what the fuck you want me to do about it? I was like, oh my gosh, I lost all of my emotional intelligence. I just got off of my Zoom Blue Chips Academy call and I don't know what to do with this information. I'm like, who the fuck is you talking to? So now I've separated the blue chips in me. So I'm not her no more. This is a red chip. It's Aussie red.
right.
I see red. The fuck is you talking to, nigga? You better watch who you talk to. She said, what you gonna do about it? Flip my chips. I'm getting rich. Running up digits. Counted up 6. I didn't have any chips to flip. So I flipped my burrito right at him. I don't encourage this behavior, but I'm human. And I would just say that if any of you guys ever have a morning where your breakfast is altered or something's messed up, I would highly discourage you from trading your real money. I would encourage you to demo trade on the Blue Chips Academy, because right now, like emotionally, because it's Monday, it's a slower day in the market, I was like really trying to flip my chips early, but I ended up flipping a burrito instead.
Okay.
So here on Flip Your Chips, we're gonna have to possibly look into salsa, guac, pico, anybody, because I would have preferred to flip my chip and dip, but I had to flip my burrito and hit. Like I just so it's got real Mexican. It's not even Taco Tuesday. But so I try to make it very cohesive, right? That was a very relative explanation that I just gave you. But that was my morning.
So if you had chips, you would have flipped that instead of the burrito.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay,
And you where I'm going. I was on the trajectory to flip. I had already made a flip this morning, demoing, you know what I'm saying, like figuring things out. But that's what I thought my day was gonna be. I ended up flipping a burrito. Damn, like I came to, and then here we are on Flip Your Chips. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications.
But that was our good little tidbit for the beginning of the show.
Tikoon tip early. Don't flip your burrito, flip your chip.
Yes. Right. That's the first Tikoon tip. So give us the next one, man. What's the next Tikoon?
We're gonna go right to it. Okay. So my next Tikoon tip, that was a very impromptu tip. Less is more. Because you've been faithful over few, I'll make you ruler of many. Improvise and use the resources that you have. You either find a way or you'll find an excuse. What I've noticed, we had a conversation about this earlier. We move like we got the money already. Money's a mindset. So And I didn't realize that we had been doing this for a very long time. We move like, if we need a bag, we're going to do everything. We're going to have the meeting. We're going to do whatever. So when I say less is more, improvise with what you have, some people make the excuse and be like, I can't podcast because I don't got no camera and we in 2 different states. So we can't podcast. So we get on Zoom and we record on Zoom and we upload it to YouTube. So we improvise. We have a vision of what we think needs to be grand and perfect. So we don't make the attempt. But it's just like, just use what you have. And I feel like God is going to be like, look at y'all losing that little Zoom.
Yeah.
Now, when we get in person, it's like, can you, like just in the Bible, because you've been faithful for a few, I'll make you ruler of many. We just want to be rulers of many when we can't even handle the few. They say all you need is a faith of a mustard seed.
Yeah. Right.
And like I said, less is more. Like, thank God I threw 1 burrito, because if I'd have thrown several chips, it would have been.
You really tight about this burrito.
It just happened to me 3 hours ago. Oh, my mama. Yo,
When you hungry, you be mad as shit.
put it in the comments if you got a cough. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's my
Yeah, I got you. That's dope though, because I mean, and I agree with that. Like, if you ever notice, like when you have less resources, you become more resourceful, if that makes any sense, right?
It makes all the sense.
And so, like, with that being said, you learn more too about the process. So it's like it builds another level of strength and wisdom throughout the process, because it's like, all right, if, like you said, the YouTube thing, we don't have right now, we're in 2 different states, whatever the case is, we don't have a full set, but it allowed us to be more resourceful to make this happen. Like you said, people could have made excuses on not getting it done. So in doing so, look at all this other stuff that's coming out of this, right? That we're not even going to get into because it's coming. Like, that's
but
all.
You're right. If we didn't start, we would have it would have never led to these other ideas. And it's like, that would be my best piece of advice. Like, less is more. Fear less is more. Don't think because you don't have the camera, the studio equipment, like, just show God that it's like you may have a Honda, but you may want a Maybach, but you treating your Honda like you don't want it. Why would God give you a Maybach? Be grateful for what you have. And we know that you want to move on and get something new, but it's not always about that. Like, yo, we get tired of something as soon as we get it.
Gratitude is always the best attitude. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I'm very grateful, and I just want to say I take accountability. It's my best ability. I still got my bag today, and I want to send love and light and peace to you, man. Y'all didn't have chips and salsa this morning, but next time you're cooking, maybe we'll flip your chips. Maybe we'll help you flip your chips, because obviously something's not flipping over there for you, because I flipped out.
Somebody flipped it.
All blue chips. Yo, real right though. I didn't even get to ask you, how are you though? I didn't even get, like, before we get on to the next segment.
Yeah. I mean, keeping it 100, like today, I'm tired. I'm just
let's be honest. I'm on 3 hours. Yo, we tired today. We don't want to be here. I mean, we do, but we don't.
Yeah, but we here. Like we said, no excuses, right? So, when you're doing something that's bigger than you, it pushes you to show up regardless. You know what I mean? And so this is not just a resource for other people, but it's also a resource for us too. So we here.
Yes. No, I'm glad that I could excuse me, be very resourceful. So since we're on the topic of I know I had Tikoon tips. It's so interesting because now I have to ask you, do you have any flip your chip tips? Like,
yes. Hold the burrito, okay?
Okay, I mean, you could mention the burrito in real life, and you want to go there? Okay.
Yeah. But no, seriously. I think one of the things that just is very important is having money management. Like, even on, like, just not just in trading, but just in life period, a lot of people will run a bag up or whatever, and they lose it as fast as they got it. You know what I mean? So what I realized with a lot of traders is that they'll be able to make a lot of money, but they don't keep it because they start to either get arrogant and cocky, like, oh, I'm winning, and then they lose it all, or they get greedy, right? So with the money management piece, it keeps you in the game long term. So that's why I always encourage to earn 2 to 2.5% a day, because when you look up, that's 100% return in a month. That's crazy. The banks aren't giving you that. So if I put in $100, you mean I'm flipping my 100 to 200 in a month? If I put in $1,000, I'm flipping that to 2,000. And you know, the numbers go up. If I put in 10,000, I'm flipping that to 20. Come on, that's a great return. So don't get greedy. Take it one step at a time, one day at a time. Manage your risk so you can be successful from a long-term perspective. So
I'm not gonna hold you when you say don't be greedy. I knew I didn't need to eat that burrito. That was greed. I should have ate like avocado too.
it's not greed if you was hungry, nigga.
I'm sorry. This is so fun. I'm glad that we can laugh at this.
Yeah.
Real crap. Oh man, but no, that's actually like that's spot on. Like you said, like slow and steady wins the race. We want to build a house overnight. You get on YouTube and I can make you $5,000 in 10 minutes. It's like, okay, like if then everybody would be rich. You know, those rich quick schemes. And a lot of times we don't want to be steady. And like I said, 2% is still great. We made that this morning. When we the lady that was on the call this morning, I'm like, look at her.
Yeah.
I can vouch. I seen it, y'all.
How long was we on the call? How long was we on the call?
I probably less than 10 minutes.
We started at like 9:15, but it ended at like what, 9:30, 9:30?
Yeah, it was like 15. I'm like, well, damn, she said I hit. I was like, oh, snap. And I'm on a, I'm like, what am I, my burrito? Like, and I just,
yeah.
But no, for real, seeing that, like, and seeing it's, I don't even, I know we got more to talk about. I don't want to speak prematurely. But those are great tips. Those are great tips.
Thank you. So let's move on to the mogul moves. Talk to us. What did that look like this week for us?
Man, speaking of flip your chips, it just keeps flipping. Yo, like, let's talk about Kanye West.
Yeah.
Kanye West flipped his chips and made 19 million in one day. After his $7 million ad shot on his iPhone for $0 in production.
Come on now. Let me
illustrate the flip, okay? Kanye came in with said iPhone. This is my Nana. Shout out to my Nana.
Hey, shout out.
Okay, so he came in and was like, I'm about to shoot this Yeezy commercial.
Yeah.
$0. I mean, well, his iPhone bill, whatever.
Yeah.
You give that to the Super Bowl. You take 7 million and you pay for ads because you got to pay for advertising.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you make 19 million. Let me tell you how this is not just a flip chip, but this is also a tycoon tip at the same time. I said less is more. I just said less is Kanye West shot his Super Bowl commercial on his iPhone. Less is iPhone, more is 19 million. For those of you that
a lot more,
right? To me, it looked like he used less and he flipped his chip. And let me tell you how cute this was though. The ad said Yeezy.com. If you were one person that actually paid attention and you typed in YEEZY.com, you would have went there and seen that his whole collection was $20. It was nothing more than $20. So niggas missed. If you missed, he got a flip. But I mean, the reseller's about to make a flip for real. But it's just the idea that, like, look at the autonomy and the ownership. He didn't say go to Adidas. He didn't say that came to his domain. He flipped his chips and was like, I'm just going to use my iPhone. And this is one of the most controversial, greatest artists of all time. It don't matter what he do. He's going to flip something. And that, if there's not a better example of less is more and flipping your chips, shout out to Kanye West, man. That was turned 7 to 19 million for $0.
That's sick. That is sick, man.
You know, it was as fast as it was in your Blue Chips Academy training this morning. I'm like, well, I didn't see zero go to 19 million.
Yeah.
But I did see a flip. You know what I'm saying? So you doing Super Bowl flips. I ain't gonna hold you.
I see what you did there. I see what you did.
I told you today was gonna be a today. I told you I'm ready. You see my shirt? Assets over life.
I love it,
y'all.
I love it.
Come on.
Right on point. Right on point. Yeah.
Yes. So that's my my mogul move. Did you hear about it at all?
Yes, I did. That's right on point. I saw it on Twitter, matter of fact. I was like, nah, that's some boss moves right there. Like, come on now. Like, it doesn't take much. You use your creativity, you use your skills, you be resourceful, you put that stuff together, you get you a nice little team to help you execute the vision. It's a done deal. Like, you literally have to, and this goes to what we're going to talk about a little bit later, but you can't let fear stop you from doing what you need to do. But yeah.
I can't wait to get, look, oh, I can't wait to get to it. Okay, so testimonials. I'm curious, man. How was trading? I mean, obviously I've
Yeah.
mentioned a little bit, you know, I'm kind of, y'all see I'm hyped because I understand what's going on now. Y'all saw me being green. I didn't know what's going on. I know a little bit now. I'm talking about, you feel me? But how was that? Oh, how was today's trading? And you have any feedback or anything?
So prior to doing the class trading, I already did 4% that morning. So on the call we did about 2 to 2.5%. So I finished about like 6 to 6.5% today. So great deal. I mean, you do that 5 days in a week, that's 30%. So yeah, we just, like I said, one day at a time, one step at a time. That's it. That's it.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, that must be a Capricorn quote.
Mm-hmm.
Because granddaddy, yo, you were a Capricorn at my granddaddy. He up one day at a time, one brick at a time. I'm like, yo, that must be y'all all
No, but like we have to remind ourselves that because we're visionaries and we love the big picture, but sometimes we can get lost in that. And it takes us longer to get to the bigger picture because we're not looking at the small steps in front of us. So I'm learning to, basically attach myself to those smaller steps.
I like, yeah, it's more scalable. It's like
Yeah.
my New Year's resolution was to give more than I asked for. I can scale that. You can scale 2.5%, but when you go in 10, 100, like you said, being greedy, like when you go and get your food, get one scoop, one spoon. We want, like,
Those tangible goals. That's right. That's right. Like if you start a t-shirt company, you ain't gonna say I'm gonna print 1,000 t-shirts today. All right, I can probably knock out like 25 customers today. That's realistic. I'll do it for the week. You feel me? So
you see success faster too. It's like it's not that we need to get conditioned with success because you have smaller goals as opposed to these lofty goals. And it's like, oh, it took me 5 months, but if you can hit a goal weekly, even scheduling like that, we talked a lot about that as well. Like I didn't know you had all these schedules and you so organized. Like that's why you just so calm. And I'm trying to be just like you. I might be a Capricorn, y'all. I might switch my zodiac.
Yeah, we're gonna swap signs for a day.
Yeah, we need each other. You could be Virgo, I'm gonna be the Cap.
Yeah.
Oh,
all right, so
man.
now I want to kind of like interview you a little bit because I know you completed the course. First of all, shout out to you. You did that thing in like 2.5 hours. I think that might be one of the records right there. All right. And now I have a couple of questions for you.
Okay.
First and foremost, like how difficult was the course? Like what was your thoughts prior to going into it? And then once you took the course, what was your perception?
So my thoughts before were my typical thoughts. I overthought. Just because and I think we have a tendency, if it's unfamiliar, we think it's gonna be hard. I'm automatically out of respect for what you told me, you said it's gonna probably take me 3 hours. So I'm anticipating that the workload and the information I need to make sure that I'm emotionally and mentally in the right space to receive it. So I never made any excuses. I just felt like the way that you presented it, I'm not gonna say you over presented it, but maybe my perception or understanding of what you said made me think that it was going to be more challenging. And I was like, oh, I could have been did this.
Yeah.
Like, I appreciate you giving me like, hey, this time frame. So for me to exceed it, it wasn't difficult at all. I was like, damn, I wish I'd have been did this. But and I don't know if that's to say not to switch how you speak or how you articulate it. For me, the way it was described, I just felt like it made me feel like I need to wait. But I don't know what you could have said differently that would have made me jump in. But once I was in it, I was like, oh, I told my mom, you could do this today. Right. You know what I'm saying? I told my family. So I would say that you didn't make me fearful. You was being practical to my schedule. I just don't think that I needed as much time as you may have thought I needed. I don't know if that's subjective to the person or whatever. But
no, that's great feedback because yes, I would say on average around 3 hours to finish the course, but I would say I could have been a little bit more clear on like breaking it up into pieces. You know what I mean? Instead of thinking that you got to do the whole thing in one setting. I think a lot of people perceive that. No, break it up, work at your own pace, and go from there.
And you don't even need, I'm not gonna hold you. Like once you in it, like I liked it. It was like a brain massage for me. So like once I got in it, I wasn't trying to, I was engaged. Like I don't know. It was fluid. So it didn't feel, it made me want to be like, I could put this. I was tired when I did it. I was like, let me go walk my dog real quick because I want to finish it. I was so close and it was so simple that I was like, I wanted to accomplish it faster and I got my certificate and I was extremely happy with my certificate. It was very organized. it was seamless. It was like, why is this so simple? Like, why is like I couldn't look at it just as a chart. I maybe because I'm an artist, I'm a visionary.
Yeah.
I looked at it like
Yeah.
my way was like trends, like meet the Migos song. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull that up
Yeah.
real quick. Hold
And
up.
that brings me to my next question. So how do you like personally relate to seeing the market and the trends, like once you kind of got an understanding of everything?
Okay, hold on. Let me tell you real quick.
Okay. All right, we here.
Yes, I'm playing music. Hold on. You hear that?
A little bit.
Migo. It's our first time.
Okay, I hear something.
Been having that shit on, nigga.
We don't own the rights to the
Tripping
music,
to the
so we
floor,
gonna
to the
keep it
door,
real.
nigga.
Yeah, we don't own none of
Like,
that.
I just want you to catch it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
We said the chance.
Hey.
Bring it in.
Hey.
I'm gonna have to go on my account to make sure the shit came in.
Okay. That was me.
That was playing in your head when you saw
Yeah, like I was like looking at the chart, like we said the trends. I was like,
Yeah.
bringing in M's. Oh, like there goes some
Okay.
M's. Like I'm musically relating to
Mhm.
it like that. And
I
so
love that.
I saw the M's going up on the chart.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the trend. Bringing in M's. I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh, they going up. Like, so I think that, but then it also made me think too, like I'm looking at the stocks, there's different ways, currencies, there's so many different ways that you can look at it, but I was looking at it like as a commodity. I'm like, well, let's put this in practical terms. Like if everybody wearing Chrome hearts, the chart going up, how long is the chart going to go up? If everybody's off of Miri, but we ain't wearing a Miri jeans. So now a Miri stock, I looked at it like the trends, like money is emotional. So it's like, for example, if Chick-fil-A says we're going to make our peach summer milkshake and we're going to make it limited edition.
Yeah.
I feel like if I was to put myself in an advertising perspective of your program, that if Chick-fil-A says in June we're launching the peach milkshake, I would say if we're taking historical data from June to like if it's June 1st, I would say the first 2 weeks, I would expect that chart to be up because you see limited edition. I think we say limited edition to set the trend. We want as much. So when I look at the chart, I'm like, was this on sale? Was this limited edition? I'm looking at the growth, like what's happening. And then when it starts to peak or it starts to go down, sometimes sales can go up while they're down because you gave somebody a sale. So it's like we doing half off on Nikes. And it's like, well, the price is going down, but it's going up. It also just got, I'll tell you, this is one of the, I didn't get this till yesterday because I also got a lot of bad news this week. We're gonna say burrito. I had I had like 4 burritos this week, but I only threw one. But I will say that in life goes up, life comes down. The sun rises, the sun sets, if it rains, it pours. When I looked at the chart, it made me feel like I have to anticipate a drop eventually. Why, when a drop hits me, am I just dead? Like the burrito was a drop for me today. Am I going to just stay down, or I'm gonna light a candle? Or am I gonna light a candle?
Okay. All right.
Don't play with me. They don't even know what I'm talking about.
The Japanese candle? Okay. Okay.
If they like, I'm getting too excited. Oh my gosh, I'm overzealous right now.
I love it.
Like if I had to light a candle to reset myself, it just made me think that my sister said this to me. I'm like, I don't feel like I'm a bad person. I'm a really good person at heart. But when bad things happen to me, I feel victimized. Like, why is this happening to me? And my sister was like, good things happen to bad people. So when she said that, I looked at the chart and I'm like, I'm a good person. And I see myself right here. But I look at a drop and I equate that to negativity or being a bad person. Drops don't always mean that it's bad. And I feel like when I looked at the chart, I don't have to look at it like that. It's just like, if it goes down, then it's got to come up. It's like, it just has to. So either I can, what I have been doing, look at how far I fell down. And sometimes this is what we're doing. We're just looking so far at like, it's me, as opposed to lighting a candle.
Light it up.
Light it up. So it's like, if we stay too focused on the downfall, we're going to miss the opportunity to light up.
Say that.
So I don't know if that makes sense for y'all, but me, I'm very deep. India knows. Like I just
when you gave me that perspective, I was like, damn, that's some real, that's a very good analogy. And You can't build strength without struggle. So to think you're going to get through life without it, I mean, that's a disservice to you, honestly, because you're not going to grow to the next level. You're not going to create that higher high. You
Mhm.
feel me? So
I tell you, once I understood what was going on
yeah,
with the rap,
yeah,
literally, it might be a rap song. You don't
yeah,
know, but I'm telling you,
yeah.
like, yeah,
I
nah.
love it. Okay, so I got one last question. Do you see yourself making extra income from trading? And if so, how can that help you with your entertainment career?
Hell yeah. I made money when I was demo trading this weekend.
Yeah, that's true.
$1,000 in like 13 seconds. Like, hell
Uh-huh.
yeah. I was like, what? I'm out
Yeah.
here fighting for burritos for less than $1,000.
Uh-huh.
I ain't gotta fight for no, I can make my own burrito at
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
But nah, you've been telling me this about this for some time, and I always say that I support you regardless, even if I don't get it, because I believe in you. There's been times where I've made investments and I'm like, I don't know what you're doing, but like, hey, like, what's up? But now it's different because of I put it to you like this. I wasn't emotionally available to work with you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
As much as you knew that this would help me, and I say this to anybody, if you're not emotionally available, I'm not saying that this can't work. My emotions with my money and my emotional attachment prevented me from something that was so simplistic that it's like,
Yeah.
I think my personal relationship with money has changed now. So
Yeah.
it allows me to hear you differently. We
Mm-hmm.
gotta have that internal dialogue, figure out what it is, like
Mm-hmm.
attachment to it. So yes, I would definitely see myself using it as a way to make money. And as an entertainer, for all of us out here, like we know what it's like, right? Being an entertainer, that you may have a 9 to 5 and it's hard to take off. So then you might say, oh, I Instacart or I Uber, or you try to find an independent contractor type of gig to keep you flexible. But then it's the wear and tear on your car. It's no stability. But if you go get a 9 to 5, you stuck. So I feel like a lot of us are just kind of in limbo. Do I go 9 to 5 for more security and benefits? Go independent contractor, and I'm shout out Nana every day at 1 2 3. My Nana's alarm goes off. I miss you, Nana. My bad. I didn't mean to do that. But
That's good. That's good.
yeah. Emotionally, what was I saying? I'm sorry. What I said.
You was basically saying they was trying to figure out between the 9 to 5 or being
Oh
like,
yeah, yeah. And I think that's sometimes my juxtaposition. Like, let's say it's slow. Let's say that it's a strike. Like, and the work you used to get and you ain't able to get. It's like you want to be creative. Like, we want you to flip your chips. Like, and that could be so many different ways. Somebody might hit a lick, drug, whatever your different things is. I love that it's legal. I love that it doesn't require a lot of output. It's a lot on. I love watching the chart and understanding the emotional component of it allows me to want to master it and get it, because I can see, for me, I have very small goals right now financially, because 2%. I think even what I'm trying to make is less than 2% based off the number that I told you privately. So for me, it's like, if I put in $100, like what are you willing to risk and gamble? So I know for the rest of the week, I'll be hopping on all of the calls at 6, 8, 9:30 in the morning, and I'm demoing, but I'm looking forward to, putting some bread up. And I think that I couldn't do it when you you never asked me or forced me, but when you suggested it, I'm not a get rich quick scheme type person. If it came to you and you tell me, and it was about bread, I'll give you the bread because you're my sis. But that's without me understanding. And I've done that. But now it's like, I have a different interest, and I don't know if it's just me that changed or what, or if it's just speaking more frequently, but that made all the difference, like, in me wanting to do this. And I love, and I want to share this with the audience. I don't know if we're on episode 5, 6. I don't know who we're losing count. But one of the most beautiful things I love about this is that you are organically seeing a relationship of a person that is completely green, a person that's completely naive, that has never, ever done this before. Didn't know what if you go back to episode 1, I don't know what India be talking about, y'all, but I just know that I'm here for the Tikoon tips and the mogul tips, and we gonna flip your tips, right? And then you see me today. Look at my excitement. If go watch episode 1, watch today. I haven't even started. So you have a barometer of somebody that you can look at. You see her. I ain't gotta sell y'all shit. I don't care. I just threw a burrito at a nigga. I don't care if you believe me or not. I don't care. But I don't have a reason to convince you. Like, I call all my family, like, yo, like, remember what the thing I said? I don't know what India doing. I still don't know what she's doing, y'all. But let me just tell y'all, like, you should hop on and talk to her and take her academy. Like, take the course. All I can say is the course was as great as a speaker as you are and a listener,
Yeah.
that course explained what you did to me more than you could with your words. So that speaks volumes that you was able to break it down and make it very simplistic. So I just want to encourage our listeners, as the ones that have been here since day one, the new ones that are coming, like, look at me. Like, I haven't actually made real dollars yet, but when I get up here and you see me excited and I'm sharing my experiences with people, I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, today made me, I like being on set, love being an actress and a rapper, but I'm like, I either need a different trailer, I need something different, because I'm not going to deal with niggas and throwing burritos. Like, I could be doing other content. So I will tell you that I don't really want to deal with a lot of people, to be honest, but I love that it allows me to just stay introverted. I'm locked in. Early bird gets the worm. You open when the stock, like, it's like you already made your bread for the day as soon as you wake up.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. So hopefully that answers your question.
No, that was a great response. And so, you hit on a lot of points which is actually what I was wanting to deliver through this course, is number one, simplicity, giving people the basically the courage to just say, let me try this. You know what I mean? Let me just see what it's about. And the fact that you were able to digest the information coming from a whole totally different realm of entertainment and everything like that, and being able to apply that to your personal life just speaks volumes. And so that at the end of the day, what I love about trading is that you can have both the time and the money. You know what I mean? And so your goals in life, your purpose, that's your house. And the way you build that house is through the way you make money and be able to financially provide for it. And so, and I'm not knocking any 9-to-5 jobs or anything like that. Just personally, that wasn't for me. And so I'd rather build my house in a way that I want to do it, where I can be in control of my time and my money. And that's what I saw trading do for me. And I wanted to offer that to other people at the same time. So if your purpose in life is starting a business, if your purpose is life is staying home with your kids, whatever that is, trading can provide that for you. It's just a tool, another way to make money. And that's what I want people to understand. Like, literally stay on your course. Keep making music, keep, you know what I mean? Keep building your business, keep build that time with your family, whatever that thing is for you. Stay on your course, but you still have the money to be able to financially support that. And that's what I want to deliver at the end of the day.
I think you made what may seem like a dream to some people. For one, we've been friends for a very long time. And I feel like the intention of us starting this podcast is for us to come into each other's worlds, right? And to be able to, I know how creative you are. I know that I want to know more about finance, and I'm interested in that part of my life. It feels surreal to sometimes be like, can I really make a lifestyle like that? I don't have to report to anybody or anything like that. And then not knowing that, in a weird way, right? Because you're my friend. You could be like, all right, I got this program I'm not trying to sell my friend on, but I know that this will help her, not knowing that all you've been trying to do for all these years of telling me this was to allow me to do the thing that I want to do. And when all that shit hit me last week, all like my life, you can, like, I wish y'all, y'all gotta listen to my music. I can't make it up. I'll call her, she be like, what happened? But in that moment, your first solution was, I'm like, yo, this is gonna mess up my bread. You immediately went to that, and it was like, it forced me. I don't want you guys to have to get in my situation to have a wake up call. God stopped me, and this is divine, because I feel like okay. And jokes aside, and we're gonna cut to our commercial break in 5 minutes for Tide Water. Aside from what really transpired with the burrito this morning, I feel like today, the way that it happened was a glimpse of that my life could be this easy. I'll give you context. I was supposed to be on set for 10 to 12 hours for a couple $100s. That was what my day was. I was trading time for money, like we all are. When I threw the burrito after I was attacked, whatever, they came to me and said, hey, do you want to stay for the day or do you want to go home? Like, I'm going home. Y'all gonna still pay me? Yeah. I was there for all of 3 hours, but it felt like I flipped my chips. I didn't do it through the Blue Chips Academy. But I was like, I need more. If it wasn't for the burrito being thrown, I don't know if I would have went home. But it was like, if I made that money, even though it was because of circumstances, It was like, no, I want to do that more often
Mhm.
because I feel like God designed my week the way that God did because it was already written
Yeah.
just to get me to the point. I'm taking everything from you. What you gonna do? And you sat down and had a conversation with me, and
Yeah.
I'm like, now what excuse would I have to you to not do your training? You
Yeah.
know my situation, and I'm gonna be accountable for it. So it's like, I can't do nothing right now,
Yeah.
but take this damn course.
Yeah.
And then it feels like, in a sense, that God is like, because you've been faithful over few, you need to work smarter. You need to don't work harder, work smarter.
Yeah.
And it just kind of feels like when life is taking from me, and I speak to anybody, you might feel like something's being taken from you.
Yeah.
But if you focus on the down, you're not going to be able to realize what God is really giving you.
Mhm.
You know what was taken from me this week, something very
Mhm.
significant, right?
Yeah.
Then I had to look at it and be like, well, God took it because God's about to bless me with something better because I didn't need that anymore. So
Right.
willing to let go of the things that are trying to, like, I feel like we said this before, when God is in it, you don't have to try hard. Everything is effortless and easy with us. When
That's
I
right.
feel, let me give you, I know this is relative. I'm
Yeah.
gonna give you another burrito example. I swear.
Mhm.
My theory was that God didn't want me to eat that food. It wasn't made with love.
Mm.
I'm very intentional about what I put in my body.
Mhm.
So when I got there, I'm already at a deficit. And I'll put it to you like this. Most people, for the right price, anybody can be bought.
Mm.
And it's unfortunate, but when you have principles that you stand on, you don't compromise.
Yeah.
Respect and what I eat aren't negotiable. So with that being said, I really was hungry, but if I fasted, I was really hungry, but God says that, you gave us the word. That's food. That's enough food, right?
Mhm.
I took that opportunity. I wanted to eat that burrito. The situation happened. He messed it up. I went back. He wouldn't give me another one. I went back to the production people.
Yeah.
They gave me one and they put eggs in it.
Yeah.
The path of least resistance.
Mhm.
When you try hard is when you die hard. We didn't try to do much, but look at how effortless it is. If I'd have tried to get another burrito,
Yeah.
it could be food poison. I don't know what it is, but there's something. As much as I thought I needed that burrito because I was hungry,
Yeah.
I'm looking at, like, look at the signs. How
Yeah.
many times was God trying to stop you? I don't know why,
Yeah.
but that scenario led me home. And it's like, I can't unsee that there's a silver lining that I'll probably have to figure out because you tell me to journal. I got to do my trade journal and
Gave
church.
you a food for thought.
Ha! Didn't
Mhm.
he? Gave me some food for thought. It's funny
Mhm.
how I didn't eat my burrito, but somehow I came home and flipped chips, doing
Mhm.
what I love. I
Yeah.
left that and ended up coming home to do what I love. So,
Yeah.
yeah, before we
Awesome.
get to our, did you want to say anything before we cut to our commercial break?
No, no, no. I mean, I can't even come after that. That
Yo,
was
I told you this was gonna be one of them ones. Yeah,
good.
so we're gonna cut to our commercial break. Make sure you guys follow Tide Ward H2O on all social media platforms, the official sponsor of Flip Your Chips podcast, and we'll be back in a few.
Back in a few.
Flipping my chips. I'm getting rich.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Flip Your Chips podcast. Yes, we are here,
Let's get it.
burritos and all. So we're gonna get into the flip. The flip today is fearless, fearless. I like to live by an acronym, and I'd like to know yours too before I dive into it. When I see fear, I see face everything and rise. What do
Yeah.
you when you hear fear?
So one of the things that I've heard was false evidence appearing real. So let's kind of take the approach from both angles and go from there.
Oh, okay, that's what she said. Both angles. I gotta chill. I gotta chill today.
You had to put it in there. I know.
Face everything and rise. Okay. Practically, if I was to take that, if we're gonna break down fear, face everything and rise.
Yeah.
Face everything and rise would be jumping into the course.
Mm.
There's a book called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. And I know Will Smith, he talks a lot about this. Will Smith has been doing a lot of crazy things in his later part of his life, but
Yeah.
says that he doesn't like the feeling of fear. So he runs right at it.
Yeah.
So that's why he jumping off helicopters. I'm not encouraging y'all like to just
Yeah.
go for everything like that you're fearful of. Please,
Right.
like, because I can't see a purpose in me jumping out of helicopter. I don't have a desire, but
Mhm.
I'm fearful of it. I'm like, okay, like I don't be up there, but
Right.
I think that another thing privately about a situation. Sometimes communication can save a nation. I think one of the greatest fears is fear of communication. and
Mm-hmm.
it cripples us and hinders us from the opportunity to hear or receive whatever it is. Communication is a two-way street.
Yeah.
So I would say if and it takes two parties, right? If you're, for me, I'm a very non-confrontational person, right? And
Yeah.
if you violate me or you speak out of character, you can get a
Then
burrito thrown at
then you
you.
might get a burrito.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I don't want to do that. I know myself. Like, I don't know what's going to be. It might could be a bottle of top. I don't know, but
Yeah.
I don't want to be that person. So I have a tendency to introvert and digress and fall back. So if I had to have an uncomfortable conversation with you,
Yeah.
you started to raise your voice at me, I don't raise my voice at nobody. So I'm going to shut down. Immediately, I don't hear what you're saying. So I'm no longer facing everything in rise. So for me, it's tone and it's respect, because that's when I black out. I come with respect. So I have to work on, everybody's not going to be like you and I when we speak. I don't argue with, I don't think we've ever had an argument. We don't need to have an argument. So when I deal with somebody that is arguing, I'm like, I have friends that I don't have to argue with, but it's not realistic.
Yeah.
I always used to be victimized and feel like I'm a good person. Why are bad things happening to me? And I've been feeling like that right now. So facing my fear of understanding that, does a chart feel anything when it drops? The chart ain't drop, it ain't personalizing it. So why are you personalizing? Why are you making this about you? Like, I let the sun rise and the sun set for a reason. So the ups and downs, it's like, even in communication and relationships, I'm in a down space in some of the relationships and the communication that I'm experiencing right now. But am I going to face everything and rise? Am I going to be an adult and try to make the attempt to make the call? Because I think for me, the greatest fear was just calling.
Yeah.
So for me, I've already faced my fear. I didn't even want to call because you violated me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, the fear is just calling someone after they've done me wrong. But I needed to know what it felt like to not be fearful to do it. It was less about them. I needed to be like, I ain't afraid to call. No, I don't give a fuck who it is. And maybe I was so fearless. That's why I threw the burrito this morning, because I'm not scared no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not scared of shit. Like, so
Didn't catch the bean, hit him in his eye.
I didn't get the guac. I don't know.
Okay.
Like sour cream.
Okay. Mhm.
But yeah, I'm proud of myself, and I think I texted
Yeah.
you, I did some uncomfortable things this week because I didn't realize how much my fears were crippling me. It's like I called you and was like, "Yo, that one thing I was so afraid to do. Can you believe it's such a blockage?" So I just encourage, man. You talk a lot about journaling and writing down a trade journal. Write down everything that scares you, and see if you can attack one fear a week.
Yeah.
Fear
I love
factor.
that. I
You know,
love that.
like, what's your?
How did you feel after you faced that fear?
I felt.
Was it a fear anymore?
It wasn't a fear anymore. I felt very liberated, and some bullshit happened right after. I'm like, God damn, nigga, I just got over my first fear. I can't even get. So I want to be very practical. Life might just keep hitting you.
Yeah.
And you just gonna have to just, you know what I'm saying? Just keep taking punches and adapting. So I really felt like, why was I so fearful? And I want to condition myself to be able to talk to anybody, no matter if it's bad. I don't want to control nobody. Just because you talk a certain way, you may talk like this because your mom talked to you like that. You might be from New York, you might be from DC, your tone, but I need to not personalize tone. Listen to the message and don't be like, and not so much about the messenger. I think sometimes like how she say it. It's like, she said, what's the facts? Like, let's stop putting emotional stuff around it. Like, look at the facts. Is the chart going down or is it going up? Ain't nobody like, well, what you think? Like, I feel like we just put too much emotional sauce on it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so, man, this is, I feel like I'm having these breakthroughs because I did everything I was scared to.
That's significant. So, I mentioned fear is false evidence appearing real. And I feel like in a way that's true, and then in a way it's not, right? Because whatever we create in our mind is our reality, right? So perception is reality. So if I'm scared to, I don't know, go skydiving or whatever the case is, as long as I'm telling myself that, yeah, I'm gonna be scared. But like you said, that book that Will Smith, do it anyway. Do it anyway. Because 9 times out of 10, the thing that you're fearing never happens. And you wasted all of this time and energy coming up with all these scenarios.
Wasted emotion.
None of them played out.
Damn. I wasted a lot of accountability. We had a conversation about this. And I can say this publicly. On Sunday when you and I were on the phone, and I came to you to vent, you stopped me and said, "Hey, I got stuff that I have going on too." And it's not that I wasn't cognizant,
Mhm.
but you making that statement, for one, we're friends, so everybody might not be able to receive that and feel attacked or whatever the case may be. But it was like, hold on a second. I feel like I thought I did check in as a friend, but I'm so impressed by how you handle your stuff. You don't really come to me, but I think that's a good thing because you are self-sustained in it. And when you did it, I caught myself. He was like, yo, it ain't no problem. He was, I just want you to be cognizant. Like, I got things that I'm balancing too. And that's, so I'll tell you this, let's not let our fears stop us from talking to who we need to talk to. And now we're taking up the bandwidth for somebody else that ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm calling you taking up your time, coming up with all these variables. And if I would have called the source, I would have had more respect for your time and I would have got my answer. Now that I can step out of it, I can see, damn, you got kids, you got a lady, you got different things going on. Even this morning, when I text you about getting up, you know what's interesting? I always ask you how you're doing, but when you ask me, it's always the money psychologist. Well, how are you, right? I found myself this morning really asking you after your son was in the hospital.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah.
I always cared, but I had to stop. I was like, I don't do this enough.
Yeah.
So it made me stop. But just off that conversation, sometimes you got to let people know. And you wasn't like you were telling me, go talk to this person or that person. It was just, I needed to hear that. So let's just be more cognizant of the friends and the family, my mother, my sister. I've been victim of that, right? And it's like, I'm so non-confrontational. I'm trying to talk to my non-confrontational people and get advice from them on what I need to do. And truth is that I'm being codependent on you because I can't face my fears.
Yeah. 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 No, I mean, look, we all have fears, okay? Daily fears. There's fears that we don't even know we have because we haven't even confronted it yet, right? But at the end of the day, like, we can't let that paralyze us. Like you said, you feel like you're having a breakthrough because you're starting to face some of those fears that you had. And I feel the same way. Being completely transparent, I don't like talking on podcasts and in front of a lot of people and all of that. Like, I could care less because I don't care. Like, I like to deliver on what I say I'm going to deliver and keep it moving. You see what I'm saying? But what I also realize is that whenever you're working in God's purpose, you can't have fear. The only replacement is faith. So if you're working through God, it's only faith. So if you're letting fear like really make the decision whether you're going to do something or not, you're no longer being faithful. You're no longer being obedient. And so, you know, when I kind of realized that and understood that more and more, I'm like, nah, just do it. And look at us now. Like, I'm on here now, like, all right, cool. Let's
Right,
hop
right.
on, you know?
And vice versa. The thing that you was uncomfortable doing here, podcasting, we could measure your growth in doing this and my growth in taking the Blue Chips Academy.
Yeah.
It's like I got so much faith in it. Like I had so much fear in it.
Yeah.
That fear turned to faith.
Yeah.
It's like, damn.
That's real. That's so real. And what you'll realize is when you start to really lean into that, it's like it becomes like a challenge, low key. Like, okay, let me try the next, you know, okay, this is making me a little nervous or fearful, whatever, but I'm gonna still approach it. And then once you see that, it's like, all right, bet.
It's like a daily way to
Because you can feel the growth on the other side and it feels so good. You feel good about yourself. You know what I mean? So
I love that. Like, it's like the more that you practice, like you said, demo trading, however you're trading, like the more that you do it, the more comfortable you get with not being emotionally attached to the money and taking those risks is what it feels like. Money is a tool, it's an object, it's a currency. And sometimes I don't like my relationship with it. I feel like you got to think abundantly. It is mindset too. It could be meditation, it could be yoga. Like we got to really be mindful of what we're mentally attracting. Like if you're rich, you're rich. If I need money. So sometimes like we were talking about, we move it like we got the money.
Yeah.
Talk to yourself, give yourself affirmations. I'm Taz Tycoon.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me reintroduce myself. My name is Taz Tikoon, the co-host of the Flip Your Chips podcast. I was gonna but on some real
it's one last thing. Like you had mentioned something earlier that kind of just, you know, I want to reiterate. Like you said that sometimes in the past you have victimized yourself and be like, why are things keep happening to me, right? And you know, I don't know if Jay-Z said it or somebody said it, but he said that those things are happening for you, right? So when I think about the trading piece, it has helped me deal with losses in life a lot better. It's like the losses are going to happen. the losses are going to come. The longer you like let yourself sit in that, the less time you're taking away from getting your wins. Understand what the loss is, fix it, correct it, and move forward. That's it. Wait for the next best opportunity. So,
I'm
yeah.
gonna tell you, as we're closing this, I will say that was very beautifully said. As you start to get comfortable with taking losses, which are lessons, like you like to say, it's all about perspective. I
Mhm.
will, we're gonna turn our losses into lessons and focus on the blessings and stop stressing. And keep
Mm.
investing with no question.
Okay, so that's just like bars on top of bars. And if I hear this in somebody's song, we're gonna have a problem. But go ahead.
Oh, burrito. Better not say- I had to just get that off, but
Yeah.
we talked about losses, and I feel like I would tell you the losses aren't going to stop. But if
Yep.
there's anything that I would encourage you to never lose is your faith and never lose your mind.
Yeah.
If you're going to take losses, those are the two things you can't lose. And don't let
Right.
nobody ever tell you that you've lost your mind or you've
Mhm.
lost your faith. Those are
Yep.
things you need to keep.
Yeah.
Like, I always said, that can't nobody take my music from me. Can't nobody take nothing from me. Don't lose that. You may lose yourself or you may lose direction, but
Mhm.
don't lose your mind. You have
Mhm.
control over that. Like,
Mhm.
that's yours,
Yeah.
nobody else's.
And to add on to that, if you ever feel like you questioning your faith, think back in the past of how many times God has shown up for you and you wasn't sure if things was going to work out. So if he showed up for you in the past, what makes you think he's not going to do it for you in this situation now? So stay faithful, keep moving, and let's go to new levels, y'all. Let's do it.
Yo, this was like my favorite episode so far.
We say that every week.
I know we say that, but this one is like the testimonial, the test.
Yeah,
Burrito.
this one, yeah.
Yeah, be careful in Chipotle and all the places
Yeah.
that stay
We're
low.
gonna have to keep the burritos away from you right now because I figured that's like a little trigger for
It's
you.
a trigger, like don't ever, I just want to flip my chips. But thank you so much, ladies
Yeah.
and gentlemen, for watching the Flip Your Chips podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications. Question before we do get up out of here, can anybody, like if anybody wants to join Blue Chips Academy, are we live? Like I know
Yeah, we are 100% live. Go to bluechipsacademy.com. Again, that's bluechipsacademy.com. And if you are a viewer, we have a nice little code for you, promo code. Put in Flip Your Chips and you'll get a nice discount. You'll see the treat when you go in there. So
okay, now you heard her. Put that Flip Your Chips in the promo code and you'll get a free burrito next time that you go to the Chipotle or whatever.
yeah. They're gonna be like, I can't get my burrito. Yeah, you said Flip Your Chips.
We don't have to really suck rap snacks. We need our own. But I love you, sis. Today was an epic episode, and I can't wait for Thursday, man. Chips
Let's do
going
it.
up.
Let's do it. Y'all
All right.
have a good one. We'll catch y'all on the next one.
Flipping my
Yo,
chips.
peace.